Hello, this is Bern, and on today's episode, I'm going to share with you 7 subtle signs that the man you're with or are interested in may not be a good fit for you, so stick with me. Hello, this is Bern. Welcome to another edition of BernMendez.com, a space where I share with ambitious, conscious, heart-centered, and successful women how you can attract the kind of man and relationship you want into your life as a direct result of stepping into the most alive, the most feminine version of you. Now, if you have found yourself questioning whether a guy you're with is the best fit for you because on the outside things seem to be okay, or on paper it feels great, but in your daily experience of him, something feels off and you haven't been able to pinpoint what it is that makes this feel off, that's what this video is about. I'm not going to be sharing with you purposefully blatantly obvious sign like he's abusive or a narcissist or he's disrespectful consistently or he's cheating on you. Those are maybe topics for another video. Right now, I'm going to be sharing subtle signs that not every woman who's in the middle of this experience recognizes as maybe a red flag, but if you're conscious and aware of what's going on, you might find that 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of this make the biggest difference in your ability to understand why your relationship's not working and give you at least more courage to do something different. The first one is when he has a different vision than you do for life, or he has no vision at all. That's another one, right? But imagine that he wants to go to a specific destination and you want to go to a different destination, which means maybe you want a deeply fulfilling relationship that ends in marriage and children, and he wants to lay low for right now and have a companion, but not really interested in commitment, much less marriage, much less children. That would be an example of a different vision than yours. Or maybe your entire life is family and his entire life is work. So if he wants to go all in into his thing, he's going to be working 12 hours a day and you're going to be feeling alone because you have no partner to be with you in moments that are, in your experience, family sharing, and he's the biggest part of your family if he becomes your guy, right? So that would be one. The second one is in tune with the first one, but slightly different, which is he's in a different life stage than you are. So the first one is he doesn't even want to go there. The second one is he may want to go there, but he may want to go there in 5 years, and your biological clock is saying now. So let me give you a breakdown of how this could work. Imagine that you're 35 years of age and he's 35 years of age. And imagine that in your biological clock, time is starting to run out for you to biologically, in an organic way, have children. And he, let's say, has an extra 30, 40, 50 years to have children should he choose to. Is it unfair? It feels unfair, but it's how life works. So you have to get your stuff together, your life in order, your experience of what you want earlier than he does in order to be able to accomplish the same type of family life, for example. So if you're in a moment in your life where your biggest priority is creating a family and getting married, and his biggest priority right now is to figure out what he wants to do with his life, that would be a guy that maybe wants marriage, but maybe wants marriage in 5 years, and you want marriage in 1. Maybe he wants family in 8 years, and you want family in 2 or 3. That would be a mismatch that can create significant pain points worthy of stepping out of that relationship. Number 3, he lacks ambition and service, both. Because here's the thing, being congruent and being compassionate with men in the world. Imagine that a guy has a lot of ambition and he wants to use his ambition to serve the world and to serve you and to serve his family. Well, that's a cool experience of ambition. Imagine that the guy has low ambition but really wants to service you, meaning add value to your life, add value to the world. Well, one or the other one could do it depending upon your preferences and your soul. But if a guy likes both, he likes ambition and he likes the capacity to serve others, then that's a guy who's either self-serving or what many human beings call a loser. A guy who's not adding value to himself or to others, maybe playing video games all day, maybe not interested in anything other than the day-to-day experience of his life. And that would be a very painful experience for you, especially if you, as someone who's watching these videos, has ambition and drive and hunger and wants to do something to make the world a better place. Number 4, a guy who cannot lead but can also not be led, right? Because if you have a guy who can be a leader and stake his claim in the ground of what he wants, where he wants to go, where he wants both of you to go, and you resonate with that, you can both go to the same destination. If he's a guy who says, I don't know where I want to go, but when you put your claim in the sand and say, well, let me take you to this destination because I think we can go there together, but he says, no, I don't know where I want to go, but I don't want you to lead me. I want to lead both of us into nothingness. That's a guy who doesn't have an idea what he wants. He's not solid in his career. He's not solid in his ambitions. He's not solid in his mission in life. Not passionate enough, or not hungry enough, or not kind enough to allow himself to be led. Number 5, lacks self-awareness. What does that mean? That means a guy who enters a room and maybe cracks a disrespectful joke, and he feels good about it even though everyone was cringing inside. Or maybe he has a conversation with you where he's talking about how disrespectful you are without recognizing that the way he's sharing it, the way he comes across, the way he walks, the way he treats servers, the way he treats employees, the way is disrespectful. So here you have a disrespectful guy who's unaware of his own shitness in life and is trying to put things on you without recognizing he's part of the problem, right? That would be a lack of self-awareness in a man. That if we all have areas of blind spots. We all lack self-awareness at different places in our life, but when he's mostly self-aware about who he is in bed, right? Who he is in communication, who he is in kindness and compassion with others, that makes it incredibly challenging, because for you to be with a man like that, you have to become a mommy type or a therapist type. Number 6, lacks humility and refuses to get help. So here's a guy who clearly is in a position in his life where he needs to make some changes. Now, he also recognizes that he has maybe 40 plus years of experience in life not getting what he wants through his current methods, his own 2 hands. So rather than saying, okay, I want to get to this destination, I don't have the tools or the skills to get there, I'm going to ask for help, whether it's therapy, coaching, mentorship, group something or other. He says, I'm going to continue doing it on my own. I'm just going to push harder. When you push hard but you don't have the tools, then you're not going to get anywhere. But that would be an example that would be worth considering. A guy who needs to change and cannot conceive of the idea that someone who has figured this shit out can actually help him to get there, and refuses to get help but drags you with him, because him not getting help means you are affected every single day of your relationship with him. Number 7, a man who isn't interested in going deep. I'm going to take a wild assumption right now and put you in the category, if you're watching my videos, versus how to text the guy, the 3 fabulous clues to render him in love with you, which is not something that I would ever share, right? If you're watching my videos, my guess is that you are someone who's interested in depth. If you connect with a guy, if that's true, and you connect with a guy who's not interested in going deep, he's not curious, he's not hungry, he's not intellectually stimulating, he's not asking deep questions, he's not asking deep questions of you, of himself. When you ask the questions, he gets confused, he gets angry, he thinks, oh my God, it's too much work to think. That's a relationship that is doomed for failure. So there you have it, 7 signs that a guy might be the wrong fit for you. I'm not here to tell you if the guy has 1 or 2, he can't change and you're doomed. I'm just here to say that if you find yourself in a situation where a few of these are true for you, you might really want to put some attention into, are you trying to get a result with someone who has the opposite of what you're seeking? Would you not be better off ending this and connecting with someone who's more aligned with what you want? If you find this is helpful, useful in some way, I'm going to ask you to do one thing. On the first link on the description of this video, I've placed a way for you to attend a class that I created for you that's going to guide you into deeper strategies and deeper questioning as to how you can attract the kind of man you want and step into it sooner rather than later. If you find that this video is something that served you as well, if you want to like or click thumbs up on this video and subscribe to my channel, you will continue receiving videos that can help you get the kind of relationship you want. Last but not least, if you're watching my videos, you are watching my series of videos and you're saying, this makes sense, this resonates with me, I want to step into it, but honestly speaking, it's harder said done than said, well, you might want to reach out for help. there's going to be another link on the description of this video that allows you to apply to see if we're fit to work together, so I can help you personally to create the kind of relationship you want. Thank you so much for connecting with me, and as always, I challenge you to live a full and conscious life.